Max, I'm going to try and explain this really quickly. A form that I've created to try and enter data into the database. So basically, for the last 2 years that I've been using and maintaining my website, if I've ever wanted to add a lesson to the actual website, first of all, I log into PHP My Admin, go to my database, click on lessons, and then I individually add a new one of these. So what I mean by that is I'll be clicking on insert and I'll be manually entering all of this stuff. Yeah, once I've entered all of that, I have to remember, so if I go back into, so if I entered a new one, pressed OK, I have to remember the lesson ID here, then I have to go into the resources, insert, and then I enter that lesson ID here, and then I enter all the resources as well. Yeah, so it's taken me forever and a day. So for example, the resources, what I've been having to do is upload them using FTP, using the, let's say I've got a lesson plan, no, let's say I've created a worksheet that I want to download. I've had to upload that worksheet using FTP, then get the URL of that worksheet and paste it in here. So I can't actually manually upload the files from with myself. I have to FTP them and then get the URL and click it here and upload it. So basically, when I've created a unit of work, I could spend no joke, I could spend about 3 or 4 hours just inputting the data here. So then when I've entered the resources, I have to enter all the video URLs. So again, I have to insert, I have to remember the lesson ID, copy all the URLs of the videos, where they are on YouTube, blah blah blah, and it takes forever and a day. So what I've been doing, or what I've been working on before we met, is developing a data entry form where I can actually enter all of that myself without having to go into the PHP My Admin. So I got so far. So I basically created an insert .php and a resources.php because I couldn't figure out how to do it on one big form. And what that's allowed me to do now, so if I go to insert.php, basically all I've done is I've just created a data entry form where I can select all the same stuff that I could select here, but I've been able to now do it from a form. The thing that took me ages, for example, was uploading a file. Yeah, so here, if I upload a file, where is it? Here, in the PHP My Admin, click choose file and it uploaded it. It took me forever to figure out how to have a data entry form where you click this, it pops up with all your folders, you can choose the file, the picture, and it uploads that picture to the database. Now all this works here for the insert.php. I can't remember what this file name thing is. God, for the life of me, I haven't done this for a while. Then when you hit submit, the way it works is obviously it then submits into the lesson. It submits a unit into this lessons table. And that's important because then the only way I could figure out how to add a resource here, so when I insert it, it pulls in this lesson ID for it to link. The only way I could figure out how to do it was that on the resources.php I extract the last lesson's ID, so it literally goes through the table and looks for the very last lesson in the table's ID, which is 36, 36, there, look. And then I need this URL because I have to copy, what is it, I can't even remember. I had to copy this from somewhere and put it somewhere. I couldn't remember. What is it I needed that for? Let's just try to remember. Yeah, because when I do a resource, when I add a resource, I obviously need to know the URL of where that resource sits in my folder structure. So I pull in this and then I type in the title, then choose a file. So again, I don't even think I got this working, because what I couldn't figure out how to do is how to actually, did I get it working? How do I actually, yes, I did get it working. How to actually upload, for example, a PDF document. So I click choose file, and then I can choose a PDF document and upload that PDF document. Type in the description, so all the stuff that I need in the description here, and then add. So I did get it working, but I mean, this isn't ideal, is it? I've got to extract this, so I've got to remember this, type this in here, and then I never even got a chance to create one to upload videos. And look, examples, I haven't even worked on that yet. That's where you can upload examples of students' work. You can view it. So I'll send you all this. Again, you're probably better off starting from scratch, because the speed at which you work compared to the speed at which I work, I'm pretty sure if I tell you this form took me, oh god, I've been working on it for like 2 or 3 weeks just to create this one. Just to create this took me forever and a day. And then, this long-winded way of doing this took me forever. I'm sure, based on some of the stuff I've seen you do, that I thought, oh god, that took me ages. I bet you could knock something up pretty damn quick. But yeah, all I want to be able to do is, instead of having to go into the PHP My Admin and go into individual tables and enter each piece of data in each individual field one at a time, I want to be able to go to one page where I enter all the data. I mean, I have never even got a chance to lay this out better aesthetically. Obviously, I'd want it to look nice. Ideally look like the website, pink background, nice fields, using CSS, nice layout, so I'm utilising all this space here. And I'd like to ideally do it all on one page. What I mean by that is, ideally, I want to be able to enter one unit of work. I want to be able to enter the lesson data, the resources data, the videos data, and examples in the future. Don't worry about these examples, because you can see I haven't built it, so ignore that. But I want to be able to enter those pieces of data that I put in these 3 tables just in one form. And what annoys me is, in my head, I can't understand why it's that hard. But then when I start building it, it's just taking me forever and a day. But I'm sure you're a lot quicker than me. So that's what I want the data entry form to do. If you have any questions, just send me an email and let me know. Thanks.